have one more. How do you dare relax?
I don't know, Tara. I'll let you know when I find out. I'll let you know tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just taking it one shot at a time. I'm just trying to focus on each tee shot and each putt and just focus on what I need to do in the moment and not really think or get ahead of myself thinking about the round as a whole or even a tournament. So. Heading into the week of Worlds, I was coming off of D-Glow, which was an exhausting course. It was, I feel like I played well there, and so headed into Vermont after about a couple days off, and it was just the game was feeling really good. The rest days were crucial. The practice rounds they were about average. They weren't like bad or good. They were just kind of like right in the middle. I really didn't have a lot of expectations going into the tournament, but it was like one that you always want to like give it your best and try to win. It seemed just a little unrealistic, like winning Worlds was just like almost too good to be true. Going into the first day when when the pouring rain was happening, it was probably the worst conditions I've ever played in, but I went in and I was just determined to not shoot myself out of it the first round. With the tournament being five days, all you have to do is just be consistent, and you just have to not shoot yourself out of it with any round. And I was pretty disappointed to get the terrible end of the rain, but I was determined to not let it affect my game a whole lot, and I was able to shoot a 9 down, which that's got to be like one of my best rounds I've ever played. And then coming in the next day, we had the same cards, and we went out to Fox Run, and it did not go well. It was a very, very tough round. The wind was pretty up there, and I was just not hitting the shots that I needed to hit. And so after that round, I was pretty bummed because I just felt like I was kind of out of it. I was out of the top 10. I think I was in like 15th potentially. And one of my friends texted me, and he said, if that's your worst round, you still have a shot. And so that kind of kept me going. I was just determined to let that be the worst round of that week. And we headed back into the woods on Brewster the third day, and was able to come out with another 9 down and move me up into the top 10. Still like just hoping for a top 10 finish at Worlds. I'd never really played a tournament from behind of that level. Like Champions Cup, I was out in the lead the whole way, and so it was kind of easier to maintain that momentum. But Worlds I was playing from behind essentially the whole week up until the last day. So put 2 more solid rounds together and moved into first place heading into Championship Sunday.
Let's talk about this round that you just had, a 12 under. How did that feel specifically?
It felt really good. The start was a little, I wasn't throwing bad shots, but I just wasn't throwing good shots off the first 3 or 4. And I told my dad, I was like, we're gonna need to get some birdies soon. And thankfully those birdies started coming. So I was able to turn it up on the last half of the front 9 and then keep it going through the back.
What do you think would be a number that might be safe? If you feel like, hey, I can come in the clubhouse with this, I should be secure.
I think 10 down is gonna be that mark. I think I'm gonna try to shoot 10 and try to go over that if I can. First place heading into Championship Sunday. That was where the mental fortitude and the discipline kind of kicked in, where you're just blocking all emotions and you're blocking the excitement, the nerves, the fears, and anything that could impact how you play the game. You're just blocking it all and putting it to the side and focusing on the shot that's in front of you.
Let's give a huge round of support to Isaac Robinson!
I started feeling comfortable towards the middle. and then I realized, oh no, like the guys on chase card are shredding. You had AB and you had Eagle, and they were charging. And so then I got pretty nervous, and I started talking to my dad. He told me on hole 12, he said, just get 3 more birdies and you have this thing locked up. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do my best. And threw it immediately out of bounds on hole 12. So get that out of the way, got a par. And got 13, got 14, missed 15, got 16. And I turned around and I told him, I was like, that was the 3rd one. I think we're good. And got 17 as well to kind of end it. So that was then I started feeling pretty good heading into 18 with a 3-stroke lead. And I knew that if I could just land my tee shot in bounds on the last hole, it would be, pretty easy from there. I think I could jump putt to the basket from there. So landed it in bounds, threw a terrible approach, hit a tree, dropped straight down. And I kept asking my dad, I think I asked him like 4 or 5 times heading down the fairway, I was like, let me see the scores. What can I do? What's the worst possible score I can get? And he's like, look, just get your bogey. He's like, you can double it, whatever, just get out of here. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna play for bogey. So I laid up again. And I think after that second layup to where I just had a tap in, I turned around and I think it was one of my favorite memories of the week. My dad, he'd been there all week, and he just kind of threw his umbrella and his water bottle. He just like let them fall on the ground, and I was able to go over and he gave me a big old hug, and it was just probably my favorite memory. And then tapped that in, and then it was just a vivid like blur, just colors, people, noise. It felt like a movie where everything's moving in fast-paced motion. And Ezra was there, all the gang was there, Alden, Gavin, Gannon, and it was just a crazy, crazy feeling. And all of those thousands of people watching, it's an experience. It's a week that I'll never forget.
The winner of the 2023 PDGA Pro World Championship presented by LLB, Isaac Robinson!
It doesn't feel real. I didn't ever think this would happen, so I'm soaking it all in, and it's not going to feel real for a while.
Your dad was on the bag. 133 days ago, you claimed your first major. Your dad also on the bag. Your brother, one of the first to run up and embrace you. What does this mean to you and your family?
It's just the world. I mean, to have my dad and my brother, my dad came out specifically for this tournament, and it's a long way from Georgia, so it's super special to have him here. And Ezra, just him getting a win last week and then me getting this one this week is just unreal. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you to Prodigy. I want to say thank you to the entire state of Georgia. They've been messaging me, fans, people I've grown up playing with. This one's for you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I love you.
Put your hands together for your new PDGA Pro World Champion, Isaac Robinson.
Thank you.
Back to Georgia.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Man, I knew I should have written a speech last night. I want to thank you guys so much for being out here. Smugs is one of my favorite places to play on tour. The crowd makes it so much better. I want to thank the DGPT, the PDGA. You guys worked your butts off to have this event, especially with the rain the first day. Thank you guys so much for being out here, for the support. I want to thank Prodigy Discs. I wouldn't be out here without Prodigy and 1010. They really support me, keep me out on the road. I owe it to them. I also want to thank everybody back in Georgia. I got so many messages all week. You guys are amazing. The encouragement, the words, it means the world to me. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, the aftermath, it's still kind of sinking in a little bit. It's one of those that I don't know if it'll ever quite feel real. It's such a, I don't know, it's just kind of a fun title to have. You know, you kind of walk in and, you know, when they announce you on the T-pad, they're like, you know, 2023 world champion. And it's just, every time they say it, it's just like another kind of a flashback to those moments that put me where I am today. And I think that I want to get that one time up to a 2 or a 3 time and kind of double down on some championships here. You know, I'm still getting used to riding the one time. I've signed some discs where I've forgotten to put it, and then people afterwards be like, hey, you're supposed to be putting one time, and I'll be like, I got you, my bad. So yeah, still getting used to riding that. Oh man, I was just happy. That was such a exhausting week. You know, 5-day tournament, some tough courses, and I was just happy to relax. I just listened to some music, listened to some podcasts, and we took a break, and some of the guys went and hiked in Acadia, so that was really fun. And we just had a good time and took our time getting up to Prince Edward Island, and once we got there, we had an Airbnb, so it was a relaxing week, even though it was full of more disc golf.
So what was the least favorite?
Least favorite, it's on coverage, and you can find it, but it's hole 17 at Brewster Ridge, and I'm looking at a basket, probably about 150 straight ahead of me, and easy little approach, and basket's this way, and I throw my disc straight that way. And there's a cliff, and it was inbounds by that much. And it was just the worst thing I've ever seen. And I somehow still had a putt, so I made the birdie putt, but it was like, it could have been the fastest bogey ever from the easiest approach I've ever seen.